Guess what has been our best investment so far? No, it is not some stock or some mutual fund or some real estate investment we did. It is the time we have invested in managing our finances. And guess what? We got 1200% returns out of it. Hello, folks. Welcome to our channel. Typically, in a year, we spend around 1800 to 2000 hours working. That means we spend this much time in earning money. But how much time out of this do we spend in taking care of this money? We make a lot of plans for our company, like sales plan, business plan, annual review plans. But what about our own personal financial plan? We do spend a lot of time in our Zoom calls and meetings during our office hours. But we hardly sit with our spouse or life partner and have a dedicated discussion around money. Well, we did all of this. Over the years, we have spent a lot of time on managing our investments, portfolio rebalancing, looking at our cash flows, making budgets, and so on. Now, this may sound tedious, complicated, and time consuming. And these are the reasons that people generally give for not giving enough time and effort in managing their own hard earned money. So, let's break it down. In this video, we will go through a step-by-step approach of what all we included in our personal finance management, how we did it, and when we did it. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you will have a simple, doable, and trusted approach, which worked absolutely fine for us, and hopefully it will work fine for you also. So let's just first look at the time factor. On an average, we both have spent around 100 to 110 hours managing our finances in a year. And that's it. And this is just 5% of the total working time we have in a year. And by doing this consistently for 20 years, we have been able to advance our retirement by 15 years. So as you can see, this is a huge ROI of 1200%. Such a small investment and such high returns. And if we break down these 100 to 110 hours that we talked about, it comes to 1 hour a week, 3 hours a month, 3 hours every quarter, one mid-year review, half a day, and one annual review, half a day. That's it. Now coming to the activities that we do as part of these periodic financial routines. For the weekly, of course, we don't have to go through our plans, our financial goals, our investment tracker, our budget on a weekly basis. And we don't do that. What we in fact do, we spend around an hour, and that could be just an ad hoc hour or a fixed time that we have every week. And we just catch up on financial news. We listen to or we watch some financial podcast, or we just have a discussion among ourselves on some financial topic. The sole purpose of this 1 hour investment is to improve our financial knowledge, stay in touch with the latest developments, and in the process, if we find that something can positively or negatively impact our investments, we make a note of it. And believe me, this 1 hour investment every week has done wonders to our financial literacy and confidence level. We don't have to do it together. We both have our own resources that we go back to. Like I like more reading articles and books, while Yogesh watches more of podcast, and that's fine. We just come back with our knowledge. We sometimes have a discussion, and the final result is that we have some improvement in our financial knowledge. Now coming to the monthly part. Now this is what we do, let's say at the end of the month or latest by the first or second of every month. And this is the time we use mostly for updating and tracking our financial numbers. And when I say numbers, first of all, we start with our budgeting. So we look at our expenses that we have done for the whole month. Earlier, we used to do it at a very high level, but post retirement, in last couple of years, we have started doing it one level deeper. So we do it on the category level, like how much we have spent on accommodation, travel, food, shopping, entertainment, and so on. Uh, Most of the transactions nowadays are digital, so this activity actually doesn't take much time, but there is an associated activity where we look at the numbers, do a kind of a quick check against our target and see where we are. Are we missing our numbers in terms of overexpending, or we are actually quite in control, or we are actually under our targets? Next comes the investment tracker. Now we have a tracking sheet where we put down all our investments in different assets, and for us, it's also different currencies, and we track our investments. But on a monthly level, we don't have to update each and every investment because thankfully, some of the investments like real estate or fixed deposits, they don't change on a monthly basis. So what we update primarily is our equity and our mutual fund portfolio. Uh, why we do that is because at the later point of time we can come back to this number, we can see how it is performing compared to last month or over last 6 months, and we can make some kind of conclusions out of it. And finally, we update our overall financial sheet, which is beyond the transactions or beyond investments, actually. And this is more about how much passive income we have generated from different sources. How is our cash flow looking? We update our cash flow to see how much cash we have for the coming months, for the expenses. So, this is more or less updating those parameters. And we keep this monthly routine primarily to update and tracking. We do make out some notes out of it, if especially we are going way off our budget, or our savings is much less than what we expected, or maybe our passive income is not as much as we expected or targeted. But what we do is we avoid taking any immediate actions out of it, because we want to see that is it a consistent miss or a consistent overachievement, or is it just a one off thing. And also because we do it together, we make it a very healthy and positive discussion. There is no finger pointing on one or the other that you did this, you spent this much money, you did not save. We don't do that, and would recommend not doing that. So just keep it to a very mutual discussion where we take inputs from each of us and then just have a kind of a review of our numbers. Coming to the quarterly reviews. Now, this can be combined with the third month review also, or it can be a separate activity. The primary purpose of the quarterly review is to actually go through the monthly statements and come up with any actions. And why we will come up with actions is because when we see that we are consistently, let's say, missing our target, or overspending, or our cash flow is not in control, then we say, okay, now we need to take some actions because it's becoming a trend. We also use this time to go through our existing investment and plan some new investments. Now, the first part is relatively easy because again, we have updated our investment tracker on monthly basis. So we know exactly how our investments are performing. It is the second part, which is evaluating or planning or kind of rebalancing our portfolio, that takes most of the time. And we scout the market, we look at what are the options available, new investments, meeting our financial need, how it will change our asset distribution. We take a evaluate all these things, and we come up with a list of possible investment. And in fact, that is what we use for our next review or next routine, which is our mid-year financial checkup. Now, what we do in the mid-year review checkup is like the monthly and quarterly is more about the updates, the tracking, and the reviewing. The mid-year is actually about taking some actions. And when we say actions, it is action on most of the personal finance aspects. So we look at our emergency fund. Is it enough, or do we need to replenish it? We look at our cash flow and kind of make a rolling cash flow for next 6 months. We look at our budget, our income, our expenses, our savings, and see if we need to change our spending habits, or maybe it's like we are over our targets. there is some extra money which is available, what should we do with that? Should we pay off our debt? Should we use this money for our vacation? Or maybe we use this money for some social cause, but we need to take some action at this point of time. Now, during our working days, actually, this mid-year checkup or routine was very important to make new investments, because we used to get, let's say, a half yearly bonus or some lump sum payment, and we used to make some new investments. Now it is more about rebalancing. So we look at how we need to change our portfolio distribution if we need to change it. And the short list that we prepared in the quarterly reviews, that comes very handy, because then we can take a very quick call on how and which investment we are going to do. How we do it, this is when I talked about, we treat it like an office meeting. We keep a dedicated time for this. We make sure that we do not have any distraction during this time. We allocate 4 to 5 hours for this thing. So it's a very time bound exercise. Finally, coming to the annual health checkup of our finances. We keep half a day either on 1st of January or latest on 2nd of January. While the mid-year review was more looking, at the past 6 months and planning for the next 6 months, this annual review is an overall evaluation and strategizing for the year ahead. And when I say overall evaluation, we actually go beyond the financial aspects, and we also look at how did we do personally, on the relationship front, socially, family, and even health wise. But for the sake of this video, let's stick to financials. And we primarily look at the status, or we do a health checkup of three financial parameters: our savings and expenses, our passive income, and our net worth. And we do a very subjective evaluation of all three parameters, not only if we have missed our targets, but also if we have overachieved. Because this gives us a good input for the next set of activity, which is strategizing for the year ahead. And in that, we start with our financial goals for next 3 to 5 years. Because if we have to plan for some financial goal, let's say if we are planning to buy a house in 3 years, we'll have to do some changes on our portfolio, or rebalancing our investments and so on right now. Similarly, if you're planning to, let's say, increase our passive income by 20-25%, then we will have to move our investments from current distribution to income generated investments. Next comes our budget, and in doing this activity, we take into account all the income that we are going to generate this year, all the expense sources that we can have. We take into account all the expected. So let's say if there is going to be a major event this year, like we are going to plan a big vacation, or we need to contribute to somebody's education fund, or in our unexpected expenses also we budget for, let's say, for our health or for our parents' health and so on. So this makes sure that our budget is as close to reality as possible, and we are not just following the same budget every year. And finally, we come down to our cash flow. So based on what are our financial goals, what is the budget that we have planned for, we need to make at least a 6 months cash flow and make sure that we are able to meet, or we will be able to meet our expenses that we have budgeted for. And finally, we also use this time, that's the annual time, to do some housekeeping. So let's say we look at whether we need to renew our insurances. Maybe this is also good time to do some tax saving investments before the financial year ends. Or let's say even if we need to make sure that our rental agreements are in order, so we make sure that they are up to date. And how we do this exercise, already said, we keep half a day. This is a very dedicated time. We sit in a meeting room kind of a environment. We make note of things. We take into account what are the monthly, quarterly, half yearly checkups that we did, what came out of it. We also look at, or we kind of discuss what has been each other's inputs, how you evaluate it, how you look at the budget, what are your goals for the next year, what are you planning to do, so that we take each other's inputs, and then the budget, cash flow, goals, objectives is very much aligned for the rest of the year. So if you have to summarize the actions, the weekly routine is all about gaining financial knowledge. The monthly routine is all about updating our investments, expenses, and savings. The quarterly routine is all about evaluating new investments and portfolio. Mid-year checkup is all about taking actions on actually different personal finance aspects. And the annual review is about evaluating and strategizing for the year ahead. So I hope by sharing our financial routine with you, we have been able to calm down some fears, some anxiety, and some myths around uh, personal finance management, especially around the time and effort it takes to manage your own hard earned money. Now, the amount of time you will spend or the activities you will do will probably depend upon your personal situation. So, if you are, let's say, somebody who's just starting their financial journey, maybe you don't need all those quarterly or mid year checkups, or you can restrict them more towards budgeting and savings. While if you're towards, let's say, your retirement, then most of these activities or reviews can be more towards your retirement planning. But whatever the stage of financial independence you are in, make sure you spend quality time in managing your finances and also make it a habit or routine and not just a one off activity. Also, if you're not familiar with Excel, you want to do it in your traditional way of pen and paper, make a financial journal, that's also absolutely fine. On the other hand, if you are very tech savvy or you want to actually make use of apps and tools for this, that's also great. But whatever way you do it, make sure you do it consistently and you do it diligently. So I hope this video was useful and you got good inputs about how to go about managing your personal finance. Please share your own personal financial management routine with us. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks a lot. Bye and see you in next video.